let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll find out. Let's take it slow, where you go I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. And boy, is it nice to be back watching Manchester City. It's literally Christmas Day here on the JSGC channel. It's been a long 7 weeks or so since we've last done a Manchester City live stream, and I'm ecstatic. I'm really happy. It's City's final away game of 2022. It's also going to be my final live stream of 2022, as I'm going to be doing a match vlog of the home game against Everton on New Year's Eve. So I am going to be at the Etihad for that game. So really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to the return of Manchester City, who they're under some pressure. Newcastle won, they're in second place. City needing a response. Arsenal won. We're 8 points behind Arsenal right now at the top of the Premier League. We need to win. And we've got a very difficult January coming up as well. So this is a very, very important game for Manchester City. But it's just nice to have the boys in blue who are actually going to be wearing the away strip, the red and black striped shirts that we've not seen too much of. We're going to see that in action today for Manchester City away at Leeds United at Ellen Road. Now, before we do crack on with this live watch along, do make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. We are just over 200 subscribers away from 28,000 subscribers. I'm hoping that live subscriber count during this stream would be brilliant. That'll tick over to 27,800 subs. So if you're new around here and you haven't already, then do subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget as well, if you want to leave a thumbs up on this live watch along, then that would be brilliant. The World Cup's done and dusted. These 20, 30, 40 liked videos, none of that. 100 likes, that's the aim. 91 likes away. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. It's the return of Manchester City. Surely we're on 100 likes today. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links. They're in the description below. And also in the yellow banner if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below. And on the yellow banner too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do also leave your thoughts in the live chat, which is rolling right now with your score prediction for this game. The teams are out. We're going to go through that in just one moment. Finally, wanted to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. OneFootball's link is in the description. It's also in the live chat if you want to go and check out OneFootball. You can use the QR code on the screen if you're watching on a computer. You can use your tablet device or your mobile device to scan that QR code. That'll take you to the download page to download the free OneFootball app, where OneFootball going to keep you up to date throughout the January transfer window with all the latest transfer news from around the world, including that of Manchester City. Also keeping you up to date with the latest football news, scores, results, statistics, lively tables, all the preview stuff, half-time stuff, and full-time analysis and everything for you guys will be brought to you by OneFootball. So do go and check that out. It's a free app to download. And thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this live watch-along once more. So we're going to go and check out the teams, but we're just going to head into the chat. We've got Rico, Lewis, MCFC in on the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in. John as well, regular here on the JSGC channel, much appreciated. Hello, hope you had a very merry, very happy Christmas, and a Merry Christmas to everybody that did celebrate Christmas as well. It's been a very, very long time since we've seen Manchester City in action and done a live watch along, so it is really nice to be back. Matty, thank you very much for tuning in as well. Going to be at the church this weekend, Saturday, New Year's Eve, for City against Everton. If you do see me there, do feel free to come over, pop over, say hello, let me know who you are. I do like to meet you guys. It's awesome. Got to love it. Matty going for a 3-1 or a 4-1 victory today for Manchester City. I'm backing City to win this game by 3-1 today. Mixit also going for 3-1. Thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Helping to moderate the chat. Do remember, keep things clean, keep things friendly. Pretty much it. Don't spoil it for others. They're the rules. Zaraki, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. John going for a 4-0 victory today for Manchester City. Sub2, thank you very much for tuning in as well. And thank you very much for the 20 Australian dollar donation. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your family as well. And thank you very much for all your continued support. It is much appreciated. This is a hobby of mine. I absolutely love doing this, so it's absolutely my pleasure. Come on, City. Sub2 going for 3-1 to Manchester City. I'm matching. I'm going for 3-1 Manchester City today. I think Erling Haaland's going to grab a brace. The Erling Haaland derby, of course. Leeds, the city of birth for Erling Haaland, representing Manchester City today. Thank you very much for the donation there, though. Sub2, it is much appreciated. If anyone does want to leave any donations or anything, then that would be much appreciated. All money that is earned on the JSGC channel literally is all just put back into the JSGC channel to be able to provide top quality content for you guys. So if anyone wants to do that, then please do feel free. That would be much appreciated. And I saw someone before saying, Rico Lewis was saying, want to become a member. If you want to become a member of the JSGC channel, all you need to do is press the join button, which you can find next to the subscribe button just below where you see the screen with yours truly on it. But there we go. The Bill, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Don't worry about it. I'm not asking for people to donate money. I don't rely on that for income. It's just if anybody does, then it is appreciated. If you can't, I'm more than happy for people to tune in, to interact with me and leave a thumbs up. That's all free, and that's all I can ask of people, and that would be much appreciated. It does let me know that you are enjoying the live watch along, so it keeps things coming for you guys. So yeah, any help towards that would be absolutely fantastic. We're already on to 15 likes. It's a good start. 85 to go to 100 likes, so any help towards that would be great. Zakari, yeah, we've never won. We've not really worn this kit, actually. Looking forward to see it in action, and hoping today will be the day that we pick up that win, and Manchester City then good to go. Rico asking, is Enzo Fernandez going to go to Chelsea? Fabrizio Romano did tweet out just earlier on that no club have got an agreement in place with Enzo Fernandez. I know Chelsea had been linked. Liverpool previously had been reported that they were willing to activate his 120 million euros release clause, of course playing for Benfica. We'll have to wait and see if any club is to bring in Enzo Fernandez. I've got a feeling it's probably going to be done in the summer rather than in the winter, just purely because spending north of £100 million in a January winter transfer window, it doesn't tend to happen, so I'd be surprised if it does happen. But we will see. What I reckon it will do, if it is Liverpool that do sign Enzo Fernandez, then that's one club out the way, with the potential of potentially bringing in Jude Bellingham, which obviously no secret that Manchester City are interested in signing Jude Bellingham. I do have my daily Manchester City transfer updates coming from January 1st for you guys to enjoy. And I'm going to have one more final transfer update out of 2022 over the next 24 to 48 hours for you guys to look forward to. So I will keep you guys up to date with that. Now, moving on to my video sponsor for today, One Football, link in the description and also in the live chat. I've got it loaded up on my phone, asking who do I think is going to win today. I think City are going to win by 3-1, which 89% of people are agreeing with. It's got over 122,000 votes. Miraculous. 9% going for Leeds win and 2% going for a draw. So your teams for today, starting with Leeds United. Starting in goal for them today is Meslier. Their defenders today, at right back is Kristensen. Centre backs today are Koch and Cooper. And left back is Struge. In midfield, they've got Forshaw starting as their holding midfielder. Ahead of him, you've got Greenwood and Rocker. Out on the right wing, you've got Gnonto. On the left wing, you've got Aronson. And up front, you have got Rodrigo. On the bench for Leeds, and a fairly decent bench as well, I might add, is Diego Llorente, Jack Harrison, former Manchester City man. Looking forward to seeing Harrison potentially feature. Brilliant player. Not sure why he's not starting, but there we go. They've also got Junior Firpo, Somerville, Ayling, Geldhart, Klitsch, Giarbi and Robles. Now, your Manchester City starting 11 today, starting in goal, number 31, Ederson. At right back, number 82, Rico Lewis. I will speak about that more in just one moment. Left back today, number 6, Nathan Ake. And centre back pairing, number 5, John Stones. And number 25, Manuel Akanji. Midfield for Manchester City today, at holding midfield is number 16, Rodri. You've also got number 8, Ilkay Gundogan. And number 17, Kevin De Bruyne. Out on the right wing, you've got number 26, Riyad Mahrez. Left wing, number 10, Jack Grealish. And starting up top is number 9, Erling Haaland. On the bench for Manchester City today, and a very strong bench, is number 7, Joao Cancelo, number 14, Aymeric Laporte, number 4, Kalvin Phillips, number 20, Bernardo Silva, number 47 is Phil Foden, number 2, Kyle Walker, number 80, Cole Palmer, number 21, Sergio Gomez, and number 18, Stefan Ortega-Moreno. A very, very strong bench from Manchester City. So, firstly, we'll speak about our opponents first. Leeds. Dangers, Rodrigo, decent player, scored 9 Premier League goals so far this season. He's a danger to look out for, starting up top for Leeds United today. They've also got USA international Aronson, decent player. He's starting out on left wing, and another player that Manchester City's defenders need to keep quiet. Rico Lewis is going to have the important job of seeing to Aronson. Also, for sure, decent player. Kristensen starting at right back, Struge get left back. Decent players as well. Koch and Cooper starting at centre-back. I think City can get to that. Not too much pace. I think Erling Haaland can deal with that. I wonder if Jesse Marsch, the manager at Leeds United, is going to be setting up pretty negative here for Leeds to have them sitting very deep, because surely they're not going to want them to push forward and have Cooper or Koch or both going into a foot race with Erling Haaland. It's only going to end in one result. Looking more there for physicality rather than pace, but we will see. Massilia, a decent goalkeeper as well, starting in goal for Leeds United. Now that's our opponent sorted. Now for Manchester City. So the first talking point, Ederson given the nod ahead of Ortega-Moreno. Ortega-Moreno not really put or done anything wrong. Started the friendly against Girona, kept a clean sheet, started against Liverpool, didn't have too bad of a game. City won the game. He's out. Ederson starting his first game since returning for Manchester City in goal. Always thought it was going to be a bit of a toss-up to see who starts, and it's Ederson that's given the nod. However, Rico Lewis does start, and I spoke about this in my preview. Rico Lewis played very well against Liverpool, and he deserved to start this game. And I'm happy that Pep Guardiola has agreed with my opinion there, that Rico Lewis cannot be dropped because he's not done anything wrong. He had a very good game against top quality players against Liverpool, which means he gets the nod, he's fit and he's good to go in this game. And it also gives a little bit of rest there for Joao Cancelo and Kyle Walker. It also gives both them players something to think about. If they think they're just going to walk into Manchester City's starting 11, then they've got another thing coming. And it's brilliant that we've got Rico Lewis starting this game for Manchester City. And I'm hoping this is the start of something special, another special story that we've had with Phil Foden and seeing him develop into the Manchester City team from coming from the academy. And I'm hoping that Rico Lewis is going to head in the same direction, and rather than having a winger or an attacking player in Foden, we're going to have a defensive player in Rico Lewis. So I'm really happy to see him start, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Nathan Ake given the nod ahead of Joao Cancelo at left back. That's been done due to, well, 2 reasons. Firstly, consistency. Nathan Ake is a very accomplished left back. He can play at left back. He is obviously a centre back, and this does also allow Manchester City here to go with a back 3 and give a little bit more freedom for Rico Lewis, who may want to push forward, which means you may see either one of De Bruyne or and Gundogan dropping into space potentially to allow Rico Lewis to do things like the overlap. So it might need Mahrez to drop a little bit deeper to help out defensively. City could go with a back 3 centre-back. Stones right side, Ake left side, and Akanji going through the middle. Akanji got a very big game coming up here. I didn't think he had the best of games against Liverpool. Needs to go out there, prove himself and showcase just what he can do for this game. and show that he is good, fit, ready to go. He isn't a fourth or fifth choice centre-back. He is the real deal, the bargain that Manchester City brought in. He has good games, he has bad games, is how I'd sum up Akanji, and I'm hoping today it's going to be one of them good games. Midfield, don't really need to speak too much about it. Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne are the same midfield that we went with against Liverpool. It'll get the job done. Mahrez given the nod on the right-hand side ahead of Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. Jack Grealish is probably the most surprising player to be put into the team ahead of Phil Foden. I was expecting Phil Foden to start this game, but it's Jackie G given the nod. Needs to start scoring, needs to start assisting. I'm hoping first game back after the World Cup, and people have been criticising Jackie G heading to New York, following the Home Alone 2 set, rather than being on the pitch wanting to prove himself. Well, he's entitled to a break. All City players have taken a break. Grealish, no exception to that either. Hopefully refreshed, raring to go. Hopefully he can put in a good performance. Puts in a good performance, then I want him to start against Everton. That's how it works. And starting up top, always good to see Erling Haaland for Manchester City. Interesting to see Kalvin Phillips on the bench for Manchester City. It was reported that he'd come back overweight. This doesn't mean that he'd put on loads of weight during his time at the England camp. It just means that it'll be an expected weight. Kalvin Phillips is what, 5'9", 5'10". They'll have an expected weight for him. City do a lot of movement, a lot of running on and off the ball. I spoke about it in my preview. City will expect Kalvin Phillips to be very lean, and that's where this overweight issue has come, because he is, strictly speaking, over the weight that Manchester City are looking for him to be. He's obviously still very much in shape, and I'm really happy that he's training around the first team squad once more. I'm happy that he's on the bench, and I'm hoping he's going to hit the ground running, and this is where we're going to start to see the very best of Kalvin Phillips, and why Manchester City spent in excess of £40 million, because at the moment Leeds feel like they had our pants down in terms of this deal, and you'd find it very difficult to be able to argue against that. So hopefully this will be the start now of Kalvin Phillips getting his head down and really pushing on and showcasing that he has moved on from the levels of the bottom half of the Premier League, and he's now going to try and become a Premier League champion with Manchester City. So I'm really happy to see him on the bench for Manchester City today. I'm hoping, if things are going well, we'll start to see more of a couple of other players, Cole Palmer included. Sergio Gomez, very interesting. Again, not starting for Manchester City. It's got to a point where Rico Lewis is trusted more than Sergio Gomez. Read into that what you will. But that's Manchester City's starting 11. Do let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Don't forget, subscribe if you're new around here. We want to tick that live subscriber count over to 27,800 subs. We're less than 10 subscribers away from making that happen, so if you haven't already, do subscribe. Leave a thumbs up as well. We're on 18 likes. We're now 82 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description below, and also on the yellow banner too if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on that. That would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, let me know your score predictions in the live chat. I'm going to do some interactions in just one moment. And finally, do go check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Links, details in the description. Link also in the live chat. And you can also use the QR code on screen. Anyone that does download OneFootball using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Does keep these videos coming for you guys. And remember, it is a free app, so do go and check that out. And as mentioned before, if you want to become a JSGC member, go and press that join button next to the subscribe button. Give you access to custom stickers and emojis to use on my live stream, as well as priority access to some of my videos. Well worth it during the daily Manchester City transfer updates coming from January 1st. So go and press that join button, and any donations or anything like that will be much appreciated as well. So to the live chat, Rico Lewis MCFC wants me to speak about Leroy Sané, who joined up with the Manchester City squad during Christmas. Had some pictures taken. I think it was with John Stones, Kyle Walker. Was it Riyad Mahrez, the other one as well? Clearly got good relations with the Manchester City squad as well. And something tells me deep down, maybe he didn't want to leave Manchester City. Maybe it was City either wanted rid of him, or someone in his entourage was pushing for a move to Germany, or maybe he felt like it was best for his international career to be playing in Germany rather than in England. And you can just tell that it fitted him really well at Manchester City. He had a really good rapport with the squad, with the fans, with the club, and I think somewhere deep down he misses Manchester City. And I reckon on the sad day that we see Pep Guardiola leave Manchester City, and if City within a season or two of Pep Guardiola leaving are looking for a winger, I can see Leroy Sané asking Manchester City to make a move. Whilst we've got Pep here, I don't think we'll go for Sané, mainly because I just don't think it suits the system of how Pep Guardiola wants to play. But if Manchester City are looking for a dynamic, quick winger, I'd be more than happy to go back in for Leroy Sané. Some say never go back. To me, it would be very nice to have Leroy Sané back at Manchester City. Do I think it'll happen? Unfortunately, I think the answer to that is no. FIFA going for a 7-0 victory today for Manchester City. Zarek saying we've got a poor defence. So not happy with the defence there for Manchester City, of course, with Joao Cancelo and Kyle Walker left on the bench for Manchester City. FIFA going for 7-0 City with Haaland to score first. Rico Lewis, that was in comment to Kalvin Phillips. Saw her in KFC when done at a tour at the Etihad. I like it. I do like it. Rico's also speaking about Tchouaméni. Of course, had a very impressive campaign with France during the World Cup. He plays for Real Madrid. Don't see Manchester City making a move there, if I'm completely honest. Northern Irish youngster, thanks very much for tuning in. Going for a 5-1 victory today for Manchester City. Going for a Kevin De Bruyne brace, a Haaland brace, and also a goal for Riyad Mahrez. Interesting. I do like that. Dale, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. There has been some good games. The last of the Boxing Day fixtures being played 2 days later. And I'm hoping with Newcastle winning, with Arsenal winning, realistically, Manchester City need to be winning today, so there's some pressure here on Manchester City. I think City are going to win. I think it's going to be both teams to score, going 3-1 Manchester City. But let's not forget, the last 2 Premier League games for Leeds United have finished 4-3, away from home against Tottenham and at home against AFC Bournemouth. They've been involved in some goal thrillers. They lost 4-2 in their last friendly game against AS Monaco. So maybe 4 is the number we're looking for. Maybe a 4-1 or a 4-2, maybe even a 4-3. Who knows? What I do reckon is we're going to be for both teams to score, and I reckon an entertaining game. And what's been really refreshing in the build-up to this game, it's not been the boring build-up of Sky Sports and BT Sport, but Amazon Prime been right on it. Really enjoyed their coverage. I'm enjoying the coverage of Manchester City's game here away at Leeds United as well. Julia, good evening. Thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. We are on the Diet Coke. Nothing extraordinary today. Andy, thanks very much for tuning in from York. Remind me, where is everybody tuning in from today? Do let me know in the live chat. We've got York in the room. So good evening to Andy and Alison. Once more, regulars here on the JSGC channel. As JSGC sporting the new Manchester City away shirt for this season. I must say it's got a more comfortable feel than the home shirt. But I think the home shirt looks better, is my opinion. I think I'd have preferred for the diagonal stripes to have been vertical, but there we go. Good evening, Dad. Thanks very much for tuning in. Going for a solid 2-0 win for Manchester City. And sub 2, come on City, we can do it. We can do it. I think this is going to be a good game. Really looking forward to it. It's really nice that I can get my commentary going again for this with my live watch along. So I'm looking forward to this. I think this will be a good game. Rico Lewis next to Erling Haaland. The height difference. So very quickly before we do have kickoff, which is just moments away, leave a thumbs up. 23 likes we're on now. We're aiming for 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. 77 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. That's 77 likes to go. Subscribe as well. Let's take that over to 27,800 subs on my live subscribe account today. That would be absolutely fantastic. Social media links, you know where to find them in the description. Leave your thoughts as well in the live chat. We're going to do plenty of interaction here during this live watch along. But before we do have kickoff, it's always mandatory to go for your score prediction. So let me know your score prediction in the live chat. And do let me know where you're tuning in from. We've got Johnny on the room from Bolton. And we've also got Vince tuning in all the way from Chicago, Illinois. We do like that. Going for a 4-0 win for Manchester City today. Come on, City. Julia going for 3-0 to Manchester City. I think we're going to have a moment's silence very soon. Or it might be a minute's applause, which is just in dedication to all those that have passed away in the last year. We'll have another one for the Everton match where Man City will pay their respects. But this is the last live stream here of 2022. So I'm going to have my own little personal silence and reflection in what's been a very difficult year personally for me. So this is just for me. Just feel free to plodder along with whatever you're doing. So our moment of reflection all sorted. And we're ready for kickoff. And it's City that's going to be attacking from right to left. Erling Haaland is going to be the man that's going to get Manchester City rolling here in our first Premier League game back from the 2022 Winter World Cup in Qatar. Of course, Argentina and Julian Alvarez, the champion. So he's the only player missing that was on international duty for City now who's still away. Ruben Dias out injured for a month with a thigh injury as players take the knee. I don't know whether they're introducing this back into the game or not, or whether it's just over the festive period they're doing this. I'm not sure. Anyway, we do have kickoff here for this game between Leeds United and Manchester City. Come on, City. City Till I Die, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Colbjorn, thanks very much for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Andy. Thanks very much for tuning in and Happy New Year. Seamus, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. So it's Manuel Akanji with the ball for Manchester City. Works it to the left-hand side. Aki goes over the top towards Erling Haaland. Early opportunity for Manchester City. Haaland chips it over the keeper. He gets a fist onto it. It's cleared only for as Haaland, and it's, I think, he'll go out of play. And Haaland missed a very early opportunity against Liverpool. He couldn't get his chip right, and he couldn't get it right again. You'd put your mortgage on Erling Haaland burying that. Keeper's off his line. It's a better hit than the one against Liverpool with the attempted chip. It's a good save from the keeper. I think Haaland should have scored. Good work from Rodri. Wins the ball back for City. Here's Johnny Stones. Good to see that his little knock that he picked up for England in our defeat against France isn't serious and he's good to go here for Manchester City. Ake on the left-hand side now to Jack Grealish. Gundogan to Rodri. Works it backwards to Manuel Akanji once more. City just moving this into space. It's a good bright start to this game by Manchester City. And it was a ball over the top from Nathan Ake that set Erling Haaland away that caused the opening test. And Leeds going with that high line. It was a bit slow to react. We spoke about this. Here's Grealish now on the left-hand side. Gets it through the legs of one of the Leeds players. Here is Gundogan. Picks that up in a deep area. Mahrez to the left-hand side. Here's Grealish into the penalty area. Squares it across. Not a good ball in from Jack Grealish. And Leeds can get a foot onto it and get it clear. Backs against the wall here for the first 2 minutes for Leeds United. Manchester City stepping up the tempo. Here is Nathan Ake to Rodri now. To the left-hand side to Jack Grealish. Good bright start this by Manchester City looking for an early opening goal. So another good ball played by Nathan Ake towards Riyad Mahrez. Not fully dealt with by Leeds United. And Mahrez is brought down and that'll be a free kick to Manchester City in a good area for Kevin De Bruyne to whip a ball into the box. So I'd be getting Nathan Ake forward. I'd be getting John Stones forward. and see if they can maybe test this Leeds United defence once more. Might even have hit the keeper's head on that save from Erling Haaland. But as I said, you'd put your mortgage on it. You would put your mortgage on Erling Haaland. And where's his Viking haircut gone? He had it braided, both sides. Come back with a normal haircut. Never mind. Never mind. Seamus going for 3, maybe 4. 2 to Manchester City. Whipped in towards Haaland. He can't make a clean connection. That's two good opportunities for Erling Haaland early on, and Leeds United survive. Good grief, we're only 3 minutes in. We never saw anything like this at the World Cup. You cannot beat Manchester City being a good team and playing football like this. No international team even comes close to how Manchester City are playing or how they can play. Like no other. Got to love it. We're now on 28 likes, which is brilliant. Just 72 likes to go to 100 likes. Nathan Ake, to Jack Grealish. Squared into the centre. Gundogan couldn't get hold of it, and Leeds United, for the first time, can have a bit of possession. Commentator's curse, given away. Akanji picks that up. Here is Rico Lewis now. With a poor pass to Kevin De Bruyne and cut off by Leeds United. And they can get forward and squared in towards the penalty area. A little flick on, nobody's home, and Nathan Ake can find Jack Grealish instead, who's brought down, and that'll be a free kick to Manchester City, and a bit of pressure being put on by Leeds there comes to no avail. City, Andy, most certainly is a must-win game this for Manchester City. Wins for Newcastle, wins for Arsenal means Man City now under some pressure. Difficult games coming up throughout January. In my opinion, away game against Leeds United, a home match against Everton, I regard as 2 winnable games for City. They need to turn up and they need to make it count. 5 minutes in then here. Game is live on Amazon Prime Video in the United Kingdom if you're wanting to watch this game. It's been a breath of fresh air seeing their coverage once more. I don't understand why they don't go for more games, Amazon Prime. I've always been impressed with their coverage of football whenever they do get games, but they only ever seem to have 2 or 3 a season. And with the amount of leverage that Amazon Prime has got, I'm amazed they don't go for more Premier League football, but there we go. Here is Nathan Ake now to Jackie G, as John Stones went down momentarily under a challenge. He's back on his feet and looks good to go. Nothing wrong with him. De Bruyne threads a ball through towards Haaland, but Meslier is off his line. He will intercept the ball, and Leeds United will get control of the football once more. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 71 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that will be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Let's have a big push towards 28,000 subscribers before the year is out. We've got 3 days, so let's have a really good push. That would be fantastic. And also go and check out today's video sponsor, One Football. Links and details in the description. Here's Mahrez now. Gets an overlap of Rico Lewis in the penalty area to De Bruyne. Oh, it's just wide. Nearly an assist for Rico Lewis. And Manchester City, 6 minutes in, have had 3 really good opportunities here. 3 really good opportunities. Got to be clinical in the Premier League. We know this. City carry on like this. It won't be long before they do find that goal. I'm amazed De Bruyne doesn't find the target there from, 18, 19 yards out. But there we go. Leeds United far, far too open, as we are 8 subscribers away from ticking that live subscriber count over to 27,800. Can we do that on the stream? That is the question. Subscribe if you're new around here. Here is Johnny Stones, back to goalkeeper Ederson. Sends it long and out for a throw into Leeds. The very narrow pitch. I presume it's Premier League regulated. The only pitch I'm aware of that's smaller than Premier League regulations due to the layout of the ground is Anfield. It's just the fans are so close to the pitch. So it should make for a good atmosphere. City looking to try and silence the crowd early on and grab that early goal. Normally first 10-15 minutes, first phase of the game is when Manchester City looking for that first goal. Here is Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. Finds Grealish dropping deep. Grealish got himself involved a fair bit. Leeds looking to try and press and put pressure on. They're overcommitting. There's 6 players currently trying to put pressure onto Manchester City. It means there's space in and around for the quality that City have got. Far too open right now, Leeds United. But as I've said, last couple of games have finished 4-3. They know where the back of the net is. They know that defence isn't their forte. So if you're just going to sit there and defend and ultimately end up conceding 2 or 3, you may as well have a pop, is Jesse Marsch's philosophy over the last couple of games. Here is Ake seeing a lot of the football for Manchester City. Grealish to a pass to Gundogan, cut off by Leeds United, and the ball comes forward. Rodri trying to put pressure on. They want a free kick there. Leeds not given. There wasn't really too much in that. And like a bit weak from Leeds United. And Grealish can spread the play. Here is Riyad Mahrez. Kevin De Bruyne pulls himself further forward. Mahrez doesn't use him. Turns. Gives it to Rico Lewis. Settling in very well at Manchester City. Keeping Cancelo and Kyle Walker on the bench. It's very impressive. It's not an easy thing to do. We're talking 2 very good fullbacks. Kyle Walker had a decent World Cup. Joao Cancelo, not so much. But we're still talking 2 very good fullbacks. Nathan Ake goes down. Referee letting the game flow. He's letting the game play. Leeds United come away with the ball here. Erling Haaland tracking back. Leeds United want a free kick. They don't need a free kick. It's good play, but passed out of play for a throw into Manchester City. This is a high-energy opening 9 minutes here. Jesse Marsch is waving, so we'll wave back. Seamus, I am expecting goals here. It's been a good start to this game. City haven't been clinical, though. Here's Ederson now to Nathan Ake. Manuel Akanji playing furthest back for Manchester City. So what we're seeing is 3 centre-backs. Stones on the right-hand side, Ake on the left, and Akanji going through the middle, and Rico Lewis is supporting Rodri in midfield, and Rico Lewis is the one that picks up the ball. So it's Rodri more acting on the centre and left-hand side, and Rico Lewis on the right-hand side. And should Rico Lewis, when Manchester City are on the ball, want to go forward and overlap, he can. He has that freedom. So a lot we've seen Manchester City do that a fair bit this season. And I think Manchester City will look towards that when they eventually get round to signing a fullback in the next 12 to 24 months. I've got a feeling they'll go for a fullback that can cover on the right-hand side, left-hand side, and defensive midfield. Wouldn't surprise me if City went in for a defensive midfielder, given the fallout of Kalvin Phillips, and a defensive midfielder who can also operate at fullback as well. But this is where Pep Guardiola likes to bring in players who are versatile. And of course, with Pep Guardiola's new contract that he signed during the World Cup break, he's going to be given more freedom to have a say in Manchester City transfers. Of course, Chicky in charge of Manchester City transfers, but Pep Guardiola is going to get more of a say when it comes to transfers. He knows what positions he'll be looking for, and I reckon fullback, he'll be saying, I want a fullback that can play on the right, can play on the left, and can go through the middle as well. Northern Irish asking the future of Ronaldo. Of course, he's left Manchester United, come to an agreement. He leaves for free. Apparently booked in for a medical for a club in Saudi Arabia who are willing to pay Ronaldo a lot of money. Do I think he'll end up at an EPL club? I don't think he'll end up in the Premier League. If it is to be Europe, I've got a feeling it could be Sporting CP, his old club, if he's willing to obviously take a big decrease in his pay. He might also choose to settle for one final paycheck. He also won't have been happy seeing Lionel Messi, his rival for what they call the GOAT, win the World Cup and feel like he's on top of the game and probably going to win the Ballon d'Or next year because of that. He won't be happy that Messi's doing that, and he's having to take one final paycheck and a move to Saudi Arabia away from European football, where it's prestigious European football. You want to win the bigger personal awards, you've got to be playing in European football. Can Ronaldo still compete at that top level? That is the big question. He's also a couple of years older than Lionel Messi, so there we go. Harry, please show the screen. I've worked hard to build my channel up. It's 6 years old today. And through me showing the screen would mean a big infringement of copyright, which would see the removal of my channel. which common sense would prevail that I cannot do that. You've got to watch the game, Amazon Prime Video. If you're in the UK, you can sign up and get a free trial and watch it for free. Just cancel your membership. Top tips. De Bruyne, pass through, too heavy for Haaland, cleared by Meslier. If you're not in the UK, I'm not too sure where it's been broadcast in your country. I'm sure there'll be some streams online. That's what we've got to do on the 3 o'clock kickoffs here. But c'est la vie, as they say in France. So it is 0-0 here. 13 minutes in. The game is just starting to settle after Manchester City got off to a blistering start. 3 good opportunities. 2 for Haaland, 1 for De Bruyne. None have been put away. And because of that, we're level at 0-0. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 71 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. And also don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. Links, details in the description in the live chat. Or use the QR code on screen. Here's Leeds enjoying a bit of possession then inside the Manchester City half. Work to the right-hand side. So a bit of defending here for Ake and Jack Grealish to do. Leeds just knocking it around. Thought they might have put a ball into the box, but looking to try and work it instead. So Haaland and De Bruyne are looking to try and put the squeeze on here for Manchester City. Ball comes in round the back of Nathan Ake. Manuel Akanji does manage to mop that one up. Finds a pass to Jack Grealish and free kick given to Manchester City for a barge in the back from, I think it was Rodrigo on Jack Grealish, and free kick given to Manchester City. Sorry, it was Roca, not Rodrigo. Apologies. Leeds United unhappy with that. Just problem is he goes through the back of Jack Grealish and he doesn't get the ball. He gets the ball. I think that's a perfectly legal challenge. It would have gone out for a goal kick anyway, but because he hasn't got hold of the ball and Jack Grealish protected himself in front of the ball is why a free kick was given there, much to the annoyance of the crowd. And I just heard the commentator disagree and saying he didn't think it was a free kick, but I did. There we go. Ederson's ball forward somehow finds Riyad Mahrez. And he goes down, manages to find the pass though, and De Bruyne goes early header, glanced and wide by Ilkay Gundogan. Probably should have done better. He's frustrated. He slams the ground in frustration. It's a cracking ball in from De Bruyne. He was hungry for assists in City's last game in the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, putting in more delicious balls there. It's a good ball in. He looked onside there. Gundogan, does he get his head onto it? Might have just been beyond him. I'm not sure. Gundogan felt like he should have done better. He slams his hands in frustration. Felt like he should have got on the end of that. A good ball in from De Bruyne. A good play from Manchester City and nearly capitalised on a mistake from Leeds at the back. Haaland gets surrounded out. Good defending from Leeds. A poor pass forward though means Rodri can come away with the ball and just about finds his pass to Rico Lewis. City had 72% possession then early on here at Ellen Road, but yet to find the breakthrough. Had a couple of good opportunities not been pushed away. Here is Nathan Ake to Jack Grealish. Tries to get past Kristensen. It's good defending though, and Leeds United can come away with the ball. I'm happy, John, that we've not got COVID rules and we've got fans in place. Having sport, any sport without fans, it's rubbish. It's good to see the competitiveness there, but you want to see a good game. You want to see live action, and part of the experience of watching live sport is watching crowds. You want crowds in. You want fans there. So I'm happy that now does, touch wood, seem like it is something of the past. Here is John Stones to Akanji. Rico Lewis now. Good work from Rico Lewis. Works it to Mahrez. He's passed too long for Ilkay Gundogan, and that'll be a free kick to Leeds. Sliding in there, Gundogan, trying to overstretch. It's a free kick. 17 minutes in. Leeds 0, City 0. So Meslier is going to send this long for Leeds United. John Stones wins it in the air, but out of play for a throw-in. Strudge looked like he'd just gone through the back of him there and might have had a little knock, but he's fine to take the throw-in. John Stones wins that in the air. Rodri also wins the header in the air and heads it back to Ederson in goal, who I don't think he got any minutes for Brazil at the World Cup, as they always give the nod to Alisson instead. But he's back with Manchester City today and keeps Stefan Ortega-Moreno at bay, and we'll be looking to try and keep a clean sheet. Northern Irish like the sound of the ball hitting the post. When we didn't have fans, you could hear everything. My favourite thing about it was hearing the players communicating, shouting, swearing, etc., with each other. You can see what the language is like on the football field when there's not fans there. If you go to any non-league game that's not got a very big attendance, you'll also hear that the amount of shouting, communicating, and swearing that goes on the football pitch always keeps things lively and entertaining. And it's not always just swearing at opposition; sometimes at your own teammates as well. Competitive sport, got to love it. Rico Lewis exchanging some good passes with Mahrez and John Stones. Here's Rodri now inside the Leeds half. Lewis goes through the back of him there, and the referee's going to pull that one back for a free kick to Manchester City. Sub 2, completely agree. Rico Lewis showing a lot of maturity for Manchester City so far. Shows a lot of promise. And Rico Lewis can really hit the ground running and have a really good second half of the season here for Manchester City. City could save themselves millions of pounds bringing a fullback in, because if Rico Lewis, if he continues, could be the real deal. And this is the way that City need to be going with the academy. We've got some brilliant academy prospects. Rico Lewis, Cole Palmer. We've got players out on loan. McAtee's doing very well. You'll be pleased to hear at Sheffield United. Ilkay Gundogan has a shot. It's just wide. 35 yards out. Just need a little flick, any deflection, and that would have found its way past Meslier. It just opened up that. It weren't far away at all. Tommy Doyle's having a good spell out on loan as well. And they might not end up at Manchester City. They might end up on permanent transfers away to top championship and Premier League clubs, and that's okay. I think City do go down that route. Cheap buyback clauses is what I'd be putting in. I've done it with Tosin Adarabioyo. Good Premier League player. Don't think he's hit the level that City are looking for, but still a good player. Jack Grealish goes down. How that isn't a free kick is beggars belief. He's completely taken out there. Yeah, it was a heavy touch, but he's completely taken Jack Grealish out there. He's landed really awkwardly. Nathan Ake, I think, is going to put this ball out of play. He's landed really awkwardly on his lower back. How the referee hasn't given a free kick there is just beyond belief. Dribbles his way through, knocks it through the legs, and he's taken out. How's that not a free kick? No, it's an awkward landing right on the back of his thigh. And his lower back. Ouch. Will we see Liam Delap? Well, Liam Delap growing frustrated at some potential game time at Stoke City. So if he is to be recalled in January, he'll probably be loaned out again. So I'm not sure about Liam Delap. I mean, he's got to compete with Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland for minutes. So it's likely that he probably won't have a future at Manchester City, unfortunately, at this current point. But as I've said, with all young players, you come through the academy, the likeliness of you making it at Manchester City and becoming a seasoned player in the squad is extremely unlikely. It's very difficult. It even depends on circumstance and competition for places. So what I would recommend for these young players is always keep your options open. And don't be scared if you're a young player about taking risks and moving abroad and going to different clubs. It's worked wonders for Jude Bellingham. Did so well at Birmingham City to a point that everyone at the time was laughing at Birmingham City when they retired his number. Turns out he's an excellent prospect. Takes the risk, goes to Germany at a young age, gets featured, plays minutes in the England setup. Now he's worth a lot of money. And that'd be my advice for any of the young academy players at Manchester City and any other club as well, that if there's a good move out there with the potential of regular first-team football, don't be afraid to take them risks and make that move. It's not always about following the money, and sometimes it's not best, you know. If you're going to follow the money and end up sitting on the bench, that's not great for development. It's not great for to just be sat on the bench. It's not great for your own prospects as a professional football player. You want to be playing regularly, you want to be playing minutes, and you want to be showing everyone what you can do. There'll be some players out there that'll be happy to follow the money, of course. I'd like to think that a lot of the upcoming prospects will just want to go out there and show what they can do. Because ultimately, you don't make it to a top Premier League academy like Manchester City for no reason. You are a good football player. I definitely think Rico. I think it could be sooner than that for Rico Lewis. He's mature. He's adaptable. He looks more comfortable in that midfield role alongside Rodri than what Kyle Walker does. Joao Cancelo looks very comfortable. He looks better on the left than he does on the right. So it's good that we've got a player that can cover on the right-hand side now as well. It wouldn't surprise me if City start to rotate players at the back like John Stones and Akanji with Kyle Walker rather than the likes of Cancelo and Lewis. And I think that's where City might look towards in the summer, having 3 options for that position rather than 2. Ball over the top, crossfield from Manchester City, not a good ball. And Struge lets it go out for a throw-in to Leeds United. This game's just started to get a little bit scrappy now. Still 0-0. City had a blistering first 10 minutes. The momentum has gone away. Leeds have held on. They haven't conceded. Meslier made a good save in the opening 48 seconds of the game. After the Leeds defenders went to sleep. City haven't punished. And because of that, Manchester City involved in a football game. And of course, we already know the permutations. We know this is of high importance. Newcastle win, Arsenal win, Manchester City need to win as well here. As throwing comes in from Mahrez to Rico Lewis, worked to Rodrigo. He'll give it to Nathan Ake now, worked to the left-hand side. There's Jackie G, back to Nathan Ake. Rodri moves into space. He's got players on the right-hand side. He turns, plays it into Rico Lewis, who is there for support. He will work it to the right-hand side now. He's got Johnny Stones there. Stones nearly took a heavy touch there, eventually works the ball back to Rodri. Akanji looks to support Rodri, but it's Rico Lewis that receives the ball. Gundogan, pass and goes there to Johnny Stones. Here is Stones now to Rico Lewis. Got Rodri in space. Rodri, the furthest player back at the moment. Here is Akanji pushing Manchester City forward. City got every single player camped inside the Leeds half. Leeds got a lot of defending to do. I do agree there, Dale. Leeds now just happy just to sit a bit deeper. They feel more settled defensively in this game. It's up to City to try and act. And ultimately, I think City have been a victim of not putting their opportunities away. You must always be clinical in a Premier League game. Presented with a very good opportunity early on. You put that opportunity away and all of a sudden backs against the wall for Leeds United. They need to push forward. Space starts to appear and that's where City could start pushing for that killer second goal. Ultimately, as it is, City chasing to try and find that opening goal. Leeds United, as the game goes on, will start to sense that counter-attack will be the way to go. Very defensive. They've currently got every single player not even inside the centre circle, as Ake eventually finds a pass to Grealish. It's rushed, and Leeds United can come away with the ball here. I think City just happy to play the patient game. What's Kyle Walker doing? There was a camera on top of the dugout. And Kyle Walker, that's a shove in the back from Gundogan. That's going to be a free kick. I'd be surprised if he escapes with a yellow card there after his earlier challenge as well. I think he is going to escape with that. That was a cynical tackle from Ilkay Gundogan. A tactical foul. He knew what he was doing there. There we go. Right, guys, let's get them likes up. 30 likes. Let's get them up. 70 to go to 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Links and details in the live chat. So, free kick here for Leeds, and it goes to waste. John Stones goes down, push in the back. Referee says it is a push in the back. And free kick given to Manchester City. Bit of a waste from Leeds United. Yeah, holding goes down. Koch it was. And City have started to slow the game down. They went at it, all guns blazing, high energy first 10 minutes, slowing the game down and suited Leeds. They look more comfortable. Leeds don't look like they're going to concede. Whereas first 10 minutes, they did. They looked like they were going to concede. It just felt like it was just a matter of time if City continued at that pace that the goal was coming. Here's Rico Lewis now to Riyad Mahrez. Rodri. I mean, the plus side here for Manchester City, it's our first game back. Competitive Premier League game back into the penalty area. Here's Jack Grealish, gets it across and out for a corner to Manchester City off Kristensen. Yeah, the positive news for Manchester City, our first Premier League game back, it's City look composed, they look fresh, they look fit, and overall look pretty decent. They've just not found that goal. Just need to find that clinical edge in front of goal, and if they can, I'll be very happy. It feels like an opening game of the season type game, but it's December 28th rather than the beginning of August. Corner for City then. De Bruyne just drills one in towards the near post, straight into Meslier, who collects that one. It was a pretty strange corner routine, that. Dealt with by Leeds, with the ironic cheers of the fans there. I'm not really sure what KDB was aiming for there. A very low corner, considering we've got height in the box. Haaland, Ake, Stones, Rodri, all over 6 feet tall, and then put a ball in that, was 2-3 foot off the ground. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe someone was meant to make a run to the near post. Look like good volleying height rather than heading height. But there we go. Kevin De Bruyne, of course, coming on the back of a pretty disappointing World Cup campaign. Here is Ilkay Gundogan. De Bruyne. That's a beautiful ball. Haaland! Oh, Haaland, how has he not scored? Out for a corner. What a ball from KDB. Yes, it's on Haaland's weaker right foot. But a player that's top of the charts in goal scoring. Good save from Meslier. You would, again, he gets it onto his left foot. You'd be putting your mortgage on Erling Haaland putting that one away. He's looking for the legs of Meslier. He can't find it. That's 2 excellent opportunities not put away. Seamus could be onto something there. I can't help but feel like having the Alvarez support could be pretty crucial here for City today. It'd be causing that nuisance to create just that little bit more space and time for Erling Haaland. Corner for City. De Bruyne after his poor corner. Off corner duties. It's Gundogan on it now. Ball comes into the box. Not much better. Towards the edge of the penalty area. Mahrez can't take the touch properly. So Rico Lewis flicks one in and then flicked away from Ilkay Gundogan and back out for a corner to Manchester City. 32 minutes in. Leeds United 0. Manchester City 0. De Bruyne gets one short from Gundogan. Grealish. Gundogan whips another ball in towards Akanji. Headed clear. Rico Lewis puts one into the box. Headed clear. Rodri now to Mahrez. Goes first time. Beautiful ball in. And there's an open net for Jack Grealish. He gets excited. Puts his foot under it. And miles over the top of the crossbar. It's a cracking ball in from Mahrez. Beautifully timed run from Grealish. Is he put off? I'm not sure. It's a difficult chance. His face probably sums that up best. mouth wide open. He can't believe it. It's a good ball in. And another chance goes begging for Manchester City. And still, we await the first goal here. 0-0. Leeds United coming forward with confidence to the left-hand side as free forward into the penalty area. Defending for City to do. Ball comes across, dealt with by Gundogan. Rico Lewis can't get it fully clear. Leeds United go again once more. Forshaw now. And eventually surrounded out by Manchester City. And Rico Lewis can get his foot onto it and out into the stands. Gnonto causing problems on that left-hand side for Manchester City. John Stones looks pretty uncomfortable on the right side of centre-back. He's not really got the precision or the pace. As I was saying before, you think it's going to be Rico Lewis that he's rotating with. I wouldn't be surprised to see him rotated with John Stones. Long throw into the box. Flicked on. Shot comes in from Leeds. It's high. It's wide from Gnonto. And Manchester City will have a goal kick. Just over 10 minutes remaining here of the first half. It's Leeds United 0. Manchester City 0. As we're now 67 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. And don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Links and details in the description and also in the live chat. You can use the QR code on the screen too, if you so wish. If you're watching on a computer, you can use your phone or tablet device to scan the QR code, which will take you to the download page to download the free OneFootball app. Here is De Bruyne into the Leeds half. Leeds get a flick onto it. Rodri sends a crossfield pass in towards Jack Grealish. Defended well. And out of play by Kristensen for a throw-in to Manchester City. Here is Nathan Ake now to Rodri. He works it to John Stones. Here is Manuel Akanji. Nathan Ake now to Rodri. Finds Rico Lewis. Turns well. A good recovery that from Rico Lewis. De Bruyne can't find the pass, but Lewis follows that one up. Mahrez gets an overlap of De Bruyne. Doesn't use it because he finds Gundogan. Tries to chip the keeper, and good goalkeeping from Meslier once more. De Bruyne tries to flick his header towards goal, and Meslier once more just happy to jump on top of the football and give Leeds United a bit of respite there. Good ball from Mahrez. Good effort from Ilkay Gundogan. Good goalkeeping from Meslier as well. Good football all around. It's been a good, entertaining first 35 minutes. We might not have found that opening goal, but it has been a good game of football. And as it is, while City have dominated the stats and City have looked more likely to score than Leeds United, the most important stat of them all is how many times you put that ball into the back of the net. And as of right now, the teams are level. Neither side have done that. If it finishes this, Leeds will pick up a crucial point towards the bottom of the table. And Manchester City will feel like it's a couple of points dropped as they chase the pack. 8 points behind Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. City want a win. They want to go back second, get some pressure onto Newcastle, who are having a good season as well. Manuel Akanji was stood on, felt the impact of that. He hobbled, but continues. Rico Lewis tries a cross-field pass, hits the back of the head of a Leeds player, and Leeds United can come away with the ball once more. Here's Forshaw. He slips. Play on. De Bruyne now. Gundogan ahead of him. Haaland ahead of him. Grealish has a shot. Brilliant block from Kristensen for Leeds United. And still remains 0-0 here. Here is Nathan Ake to Kevin De Bruyne. He's going to put a ball into the box. It's an awful ball into the box and cleared by Leeds United. Here is Manuel Akanji now to Rodri. Leeds United once more camped inside their own half. Crossfield pass comes in. It's a good ball to Kevin De Bruyne on the left. Goes towards the penalty area. Good defending from Leeds, and they can get it clear and out for a throw-in just inside City's own half. That is a lot of multitasking, John. A lot of multitasking. It's a cracking block from Kristensen on Jack Grealish as he looked to go first time. Nathan Ake now to Akanji. Can't help but feel like this game might be crying out for a bit of creative flair. The likes of Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden could possess that, and that could be crucial in the second half should City continue to fail to break open Leeds United. Here's the Kanji now to Johnny Stones. Mahrez, Lewis. Mahrez once more. He's dropped deep. Leeds win the ball back, though. Not the greatest of balls from Riyad Mahrez. No one goes to. So Leeds United can just march forward, working it to the left-hand side. Here's Ganapo up against Rico Lewis. Needs to keep his hands down. Cross comes in. It's low and not the best of balls in. And captain Ilkay Gundogan for Manchester City will bring it away. Here is Rodri now. Works it to De Bruyne. Starting to go a little bit end-to-end this. Here's De Bruyne now to John Stones going backwards. Rodri into the Leeds half. Work to the left-hand side. Nathan Ake rushed to Jack Grealish. He cuts inside. Centralises himself. He's got Lewis for support. Stones for support. And De Bruyne, who receives the ball now, works it to Mahrez. He goes down. Linesman flags. A bit of a weak one, that. But a free kick given. Kwesi says Forshaw is good. Forshaw's having a good game for Leeds. He's been here, there and everywhere. Playing in holding midfield, though, is always going to be an important role. Lots of legs involved against Manchester City because you go long periods of the game without having the ball. I'm excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going and collaborating with the Mancunian Way once more for the first time in a little while. I think it's the first time in around a year or so, working with Martin from the Mancunian Way over on their channel. I will post a link tomorrow for you guys to look forward to. I'll have my own video out tomorrow as well. As free kick comes in from De Bruyne, whipped low to Jack Grealish, and he gets it wrong. It's a good ball from De Bruyne, and Jack Grealish just gets under it once more. Almost like Jack Grealish didn't expect it. And he just gets too excited and he's leaning back. And gets it all wrong. That's a good opportunity for Jack Grealish. It needs a clean hit. And he doesn't get it. Anyway, 67 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. One Football, linked details in the description in the live chat as well. So we're nearing in on half time. What I will find quite interesting is to see if the Premier League have adopted the philosophy from the World Cup with lots of added on time in terms of time wasting and the ball not being in play. I've got a feeling the Premier League will pass the legislation and the paperwork for all that to be set in stone as a rule at the end of the season when they do their yearly review. So I don't think it'll come on the resumption of the Premier League, but rather for next season to try and iron out time wasting. I did also enjoy the electronic boards above the dugouts, on the roofs of the dugouts from the World Cup. So there was little aspects of the World Cup that I did enjoy. My own personal opinion, didn't think it was the best of World Cups, for the atmosphere was a little bit flat. Argentina came with big support. Morocco came with big support. It was a revelation to see Morocco do really well. I was really spurring them on, hoping they'd be able to do a really good job. And as it was, not to be, but still the first ever African team to reach the semi-finals of the World Cup was good. But I thought in overall terms of quality, not bad. Most of the game pretty entertaining. There was a few 0-0s knocking around here and there. There was some upsets as well. It's just the fact that it clashed with club football. And if you're saying to me, would I rather watch the World Cup in the winter, or would I rather watch Manchester City in Champions League group stage action and playing third, fourth round of Carabao Cup action and playing Premier League games at the weekend, give me Manchester City every single day of the week. In terms of the atmosphere, I felt was a little bit flat. As Grealish gets a good ball in, and not the cleanest of connections from Riyad Mahrez again. He said it's this close, but still we await the opening goal. I was alive for the France 98 World Cup, but I don't remember it. I do remember the 2002 World Cup. Thought that was a bit, with the early kickoffs as well, not the best. But I did like the football. 2006 World Cup I thought was good. 2010 World Cup, the build-up to it was sensational. I found the vuvuzelas very annoying, though. 2014 World Cup in Brazil weren't bad. Not the best of kick-off times, all taking place in the evening, but did make them pretty accessible and watchable. It's just unfortunate England went out in the group stage, so we couldn't really, from our own supporting point of view, being English wasn't the greatest of World Cups. 2018, from that point of view, was a good World Cup. I found the games entertaining as well, but in Russia. And then we just had the Qatar one, which I felt overall was a little bit flat. Not the worst World Cup. I didn't think it was the best World Cup either. I know there's been quite a few people on Twitter that took my comments and opinions on it very personally, that felt the need to send some personal insults my way before throwing a tantrum and blocking me and things like that. But, deal with it. Difference of opinion. I know there'll be people out there that have different opinions to me, and that's okay. Here's Jack Grealish. I agree, the World Cup should never be in the middle of a season ever again. They could have it in the best look. You could have it here. If it was in the middle of the season, I'd be fuming. Rico Lewis puts a ball into the box, cleared by Leeds. The bill, it's a good point. They want to do that, then move the season. It's South American style season. They work through January to December. Rico Lewis into the penalty area. Jack Grealish misses another sitter. Jack Grealish has missed 3 sitters. He's put it over the top of the crossbar. It was laid on a plate. Brilliant flick from De Bruyne. Rico Lewis just squares it across. Jack Grealish just needs to stroke it into the net. And he just gets over the top of the ball again. That's the worst of the misses. That is the worst miss of this game so far. Oh. I think Jack Grealish has taken over for Raheem Sterling. He's caught Raheem Sterling syndrome. Anyway, we're into added time in the first half. City have had 14 attempts, 3 on target. Not a great return. Leeds United coming forward here. And surrounded out by Manchester City in the end. And a good touch from Gundogan. I think it's 1 minute that's been added on. Here's De Bruyne. Last chance of the half then. De Bruyne squares it to Rodri. Gives it to Mahrez. Saved. And finally, Rodri with the goal for Manchester City. Right on half-time, Rodders with the goal. Finally, the resistance of Leeds is broken. And it's Rodrigo with the goal for Manchester City. And Manchester City lead in Leeds in City's final away game of the calendar year. De Bruyne, it was, bursting forward, gives it to Rodri. Mahrez with the shot. Haaland offside, but he's not involved. Rodri onside. Manchester City lead. And that might just change Pep Guardiola's team talk. And all of a sudden we don't have to have a big long discussion about Jack Grealish missing 3 sitters for Manchester City. We just need to have a discussion about Manchester City's many wasted opportunities, as Meslier nearly managed to make the save as well on Rodri. And Manchester City, in my opinion, deservedly lead as the half-time whistle does go at Ellen Road, and it's a disappointing time for Leeds United to concede right on half-time. But Manchester City lead here at Ellen Road by 1-0. And in the 45 plus 1 minutes, Rodri with the goal for Manchester City. We lead at half-time. We do still have work to do, though, however, in the second half. City far from being clinical, as I'm sure you'll see when I go through the stats in just one moment. Dale once more questioning Jack Grealish, what he brings to Manchester City, and not quite fitting in. He's done well to get into the positions. He's just not being clinical enough. And he really should have at least a goal in this game, Jack Grealish. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Phil Foden potentially come on, even at half-time, perhaps, as well. So we will see. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 66 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do as well subscribe. We're 8 subscribers away from 27,800 subscribers and seeing that live subscriber count tick over. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links there in the description below and also on the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, TikTok link also in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my TikTok, leave your thoughts as well, your halftime thoughts in the live chat, and we will have some interactions towards that and your thoughts. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. Links and details in the description, also in the live chat, and do use that QR code on screen as well. So, scores from around the grounds. I don't think there's many games taking place today. Yeah, there's some games up in Scotland, Scottish Premier League, all either half-time or heading into the second half. Dundee United leading at home against Ross County by 1-0. Kilmarnock are 2-0 up at half-time at home against Aberdeen. Livingston St Mirren's just resumed for the second half, is 0-0. Rangers are 2-0 up at home against Motherwell. That's just started in the second half. And half-time, St Johnstone 0, Hearts 2, and finally Hibernian 0, Celtic 2 at half-time. Also some games taking place in France. Some full-time scores: Ajaccio 1, Angers 0, Troyes 0, Nantes 0, Auxerre 2, Monaco 3, Clermont 0, Lille 2 are all full-time scores. Half-time, Brest 1, Lyon 3, and PSG 1, Strasbourg 0. Also, Portugal, you got some games taking place currently in the 88th minute, heading towards full-time. Portimonense 1, Casa Pia AC 1, and you've also got FC Porto taking on Arouca at 9:15 p.m. GMT. Also had games in Turkey, Allianspor 3, Kayserispor 1 full-time. In fact, these are all full-time. Istanbulspor 2, Campus Barca 1, and Faith Karagümrük 4, Trabzonspor 1. Pre-season friendly, Feyenoord 5, Emmen 0, full-time score. And you've also got games in Greece as well, all full-time scores. Levidikos 1, Ayling 0, Olympiakos 5, Tripolis 0, Volos 0, AEK Athens 4, and Atromontos Athens 1, PAOK Salonika 1. In the 58th minute, it's Panathinaikos 0, OFI 1. And in the Premier League here, it's Leeds 0, Manchester City 1. So we're going to go through the stats for this game. Then we're going to draw up some conclusions about my half-time thoughts, including Manchester City not being at their clinical best, but do find that all-important first goal. And what they need to push for in the second half is that killer second goal. In terms of possession, 74% possession for Manchester City, 26% for Leeds. By the way, All stats here using the One Football app. Go and check it out. Links and details in the description in the live chat. Free app to download. Duels won at 41% for Leeds, 59% for Manchester City. Aerial duels level at 50% each. No offside, surprisingly, for either team. In terms of corners, none for Leeds United, 3 for Manchester City. Attacking stats, 1 shot for Leeds, none on target, no goals. Manchester City, 16 shots, 5 on target, 1 goal. Not a great ratio of shots to shots on target. That's where City need to improve. Had 3, 4, 5 very good opportunities. Grealish missed a hat-trick of really good opportunities. Erling Haaland missed 2 really good opportunities. De Bruyne missed a good opportunity. So that's 6 really good opportunities for Manchester City that they've not put away. This game really should be put to bed. This game should be over. And it isn't. And City lead, it's great, but we're only 1 goal up. We've got more work to do, of course, in the second half. Shot accuracy for Leeds at 0%, City's at just 31%. And no shots onto the woodwork. 13 shots inside the box, 3 outside the box for City. Leeds United's 1 shot came from inside the box. It went high, it went wide. Ederson had very little to do there in the first half. Defensive stats, Leeds 6 tackled, Manchester City was 7 tackled. Tackle completion rate for Leeds at 33%, Manchester City's at 43%. Clearances, 13 for Leeds, 2 for Manchester City, and interceptions, 3 for Leeds, 1 for Manchester City with a possession. And how attacking Man City have, it's of no surprise at all that Leeds dominating the defensive stats. In terms of distribution, 141 passes for Leeds at a pass completion rate at a pretty poor 67%. Manchester City with 1 pass below 400 at 399 with an 88.7% pass completion rate. Normally at around 99%, so City currently 1.3% off where they normally are averaging around. In terms of crosses, 1 cross for Leeds, didn't connect with their cross. 7 crosses for Manchester City attempted, connecting with 28.6% of their crosses. Finally, in terms of discipline, 6 fouls for Leeds conceded, 3 for Manchester City, no yellow cards and no red cards for either team. As it is, Manchester City leading through Rodri. No player assisting, as it was a rebound from a shot from Riyad Mahrez, where the pass came in from Rodri with a lovely flick from Kevin De Bruyne. If I'm to pick out players that have impressed me, I think Ake's looked decent. Rico Lewis has looked very comfortable and looked decent. Rodri's looked decent. Creativity hasn't really been the problem. It's just Man City have been missing sitters. Haaland, De Bruyne, Grealish, all guilty of that in the first half. And if it was me, I'd be getting Foden onto that pitch. They're my half-time thoughts. Do let me know your half-time thoughts. Seamus saying Haaland looked poor tonight so far. Not really been involved in the game. When he has and he's had the touches, he hasn't scored. Very un-Erling Haaland-like. John saying not at our best, but still winning, which you're going to take, of course, every single day of the week. Northern Irish youngster echoing what I've said. Grealish off, Foden on. Seamus still thinks City are going to go on to win this game and score 4 goals. John also echoing that opinion, thinking City are going to go on and score 4 goals. Northern Irish youngster says, makes sense for Haaland not being at his best because he didn't have any games for a month, but Grealish has been on form during the World Cup, of course, been training with England. Haaland's had a little bit of a break. Haaland should be fresh, raring to go. He played in the pre-season, in the friendly against Girona. He played against Liverpool as well, and I expect Haaland to have at least buried one of his opportunities, but it's Haaland's own high expectations that's been set, and Haaland's just one of them players that, like Lewandowski, really, given 3 opportunities in the second half, could come out with a second half hat-trick. That's the type of player Erling Haaland is. So we will see. And Seamus says, big chance for Jack Grealish tonight. Probably his last, he reckons, Jack Grealish gone in January. Interesting thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts of that. Do you think Jack Grealish will be gone in January? Do you think there's a reason City being linked with wingers and being linked with Rafael Leao? Is there a reason that when I put my poll out, my transfer poll over on my Twitter yesterday, asking which position should Manchester City strengthen in January, the winning position, wingers? Is there a reason for that? Maybe. Let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Now 64 likes away from 100 likes. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, One Football. Links and details in the description, also in the live chat. finally, we've got some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It's brought to you by my partner channel, Mixed. Go and check him out. Links in the description. All my other partner channels in the description as well. Go and check them out. This is Mixed bringing you the Franken Punch cocktail. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another Halloween themed cocktail. Today's Halloween themed cocktail, guys, is the Franken Punch cocktail. So it's a little bit of a variation on my creation with an already known recipe. So it's a little bit of a mix and match, this one. It's my own creation of the Franken Punch. So to make my version of the Franken Punch, guys, what you want to do, guys, is get a mixing glass and put in the ice cubes. I'm going to put in 2 giant ice cubes. Already, as I do have a little bit of surprise coming this weekend, as I do have a guest coming on to this channel, so you'll probably be familiar with him. But I will see you then, guys. Have a nice day. Happy Halloween. Cheers.
To get into the perhaps go past 1 or 2, but other than that, they've offered very little going forward, and that's one of the things that's going to have to change. It'll be really interesting to see. If they open up, then we know that the threat that's City.
We talked a lot about Rodrigo before the game, his goal scoring record so far. Nonso had a little bit of a spark. Ederson, we need to see more from them, and they need to come out. You know, they're 1-0 down. The home crowd hasn't been as lively as I thought they would be. You know, I was really excited about feeling the energy from them. They've got to give the crowd something to shout about.
I totally agree. I think the energy part comes from taking that second, working and winning the ball back. So I see why they're a bit flat, but unfortunately, City managed to maintain the composure.
Okay, well, they need their fans, Leeds United, to rule them into action and need a response. Because Man City at the moment. Let's see what the second half has in store.
And yes, Gabby, another worry for Leeds would be that, notwithstanding all the goals they've scored, Manchester City concede relatively few, not least on the road. 6 in their last 9 away games. They in 3 at Newcastle on 1 all this afternoon. And since then, they've conceded only to Leon Bailey and Villa, and to both Liverpool on the 16th of October. With 5 away goals. Premier League games, 9 in all competitions. This campaign away. Significant transfer news from elsewhere.
We're back. Just in time for the second half. I had an ice problem. I was just getting ice for my drink. Bag was unopened and it split. Put ice on the floor. Devastating. But we're back. No problem, Mixed. Omar, Hatim, thanks very much for tuning in. City Till I Die, thanks very much for tuning in. Happy Halloween. Mixed's last Halloween video, I think. And that's where we're pretty much up to on the halftime entertainment. As we're 62 likes away from 100 likes. Let's see if we can have a really big push in the second half. Would be great. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. So how will Manchester City respond here in the second half? Leeds, of course, went behind right at the end of the half. Looking to try and reply back almost immediately. Here is Rodrigo. Works it to Forshaw. Flicked on by City. And Rodri is just going to lever this one clear towards Meslier. His clearance not the best. And finds De Bruyne really well. And I think he had an effort towards goal there, which ends up very far wide. As Kyle Walker really doesn't like that camera on the corner of the bench set up by Amazon. Kyle Walker keeps messing with it. Just got a big mugshot of Kyle Walker then. Not the greatest ball forward that by Leeds. Jesse Marsch showing he can do some kick-ups, putting JSGC to shame. Finds Rico Lewis. Here's John Stones now. Gives it to Nathan Ake. Grealish goes down, and much to the annoyance of the Ellen Road crowd, another free kick given against Leeds to Jack Grealish and Manchester City.
He's on 4 yellows, by the way. Next one, just the Newcastle game. So he does well to find the thing in the pride.
Here's Rodri now. To Nathan Ake. Jack Grealish. Getting booed. Rico Lewis now. Centre of goal. Works it to Mahrez on the right. Rico Lewis once more. Finds Mahrez. Rodri just going to drop backwards as Leeds pressing and forcing the issue. Stones to Akanji. Goes first time to Ake. Here's Grealish. Ake once more. Ake, have a run. There we go. Knocks it forward. Gundogan picks the ball up. Ake continues his run into the box. And tries the cross. And cut out by Meslier. So Meslier sends this long. Only as far as Stones. Rodri mops up. Here is Nathan Ake in a little bit of space. De Bruyne now. Back to Nathan Ake. Has a look ahead of him. Nothing much on. Goes to Akanji. Here's Manuel Akanji now. To Rodrigo, the goal scorer for Manchester City. Have a look what that means for my bet mate. As Liverpool have completed the signing of Cody Gakpo for £37 million from PSV Eindhoven. One of the standout players for the Netherlands at the World Cup will be joining Liverpool in January, from January 1st. Here is Gundogan. Oh, it's a good pass to Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez into the penalty area, and that's a brilliant tackle. Cooper, I think it was, with the tackle. And Mahrez concedes the free kick. Let's have a look. JSGC. Why am I only on 9.5 points? There's lots of ones and twos knocking around, that's why. And the leader's only on 23 points. Of course, got vice-captain Rodri doing the biz. There we go. Oh, that's a great cut-off. And here's Jack Grealish. Square it across. Haaland! Goal! 2-0 Manchester City. 2-0 Manchester City. An assist for Jack Grealish and a goal for Erling Haaland. Alfie smiles. Haaland scores on his return to Leeds, the birthplace of Erling Haaland, scoring past Leeds United, doubling Manchester City's lead, and Manchester City cruising now to 3 points. Rolled in by Erling Haaland. It'll make Haaland and Jack Grealish feel better, that one. And City 2-0 to the good. Good work that from Jack Grealish. Very well composed from Jack. Very well composed from Haaland to hold his run. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. And a little kiss for Jack Grealish on the forehead from Erling Haaland. 2-0, Manchester City lead. And Haaland back in Premier League action. It's taken him 51 minutes to be back in amongst the goals. And that'll have done wonders for JSGC's betmate with Captain Haaland. What does it mean now? Yeah, them points rocketing high up. JSGC still just lingering around in 18.5 points near the bottom. Not great, but still we can do something about that. You know, we've got vice captain De Bruyne, we've got Mahrez in there. We'll see. But 2-0 Manchester City lead. Here is Manuel Akanji for Manchester City. To Gundogan, Nathan Ake, Akanji once more. It's been a very cool, confident performance from City, but we've seen from the World Cup a 2-0 lead can be deceiving. It can be dangerous. Do you stick or twist? Leeds score next. Manchester City backs against the wall. Confidence up for Leeds. What City need to do? We've got that killer 2-goal cushion, breathing space. normally aids Manchester City very well. You know the rule of thumb. Manchester City score first. Man City go on to win. Normally happens. 9 times out of 10 does happen. It's happening right here. City just need to keep pushing, keep going. And I would advise if Manchester City can get another, try and get a third before, well, ASAP. Try and get a third on the hour mark. Is a good time to start making some changes and getting some fresh legs from the players that have been at the World Cup on the bench. Normally, I'm thinking squad rotation, the likes of De Bruyne, Haaland coming off and rotating, but City find that third. I'm thinking Bernardo onto that pitch. Felt like it went out of play, not given, and Leeds can come away with the ball in the City half. Oh, that's great skills and a good block there from John Stones. Still, Leeds United got hold of the ball. Kristensen has a shot and good block from Gundogan, and Haaland can knock the ball to Gundogan, and De Bruyne has been moving into space, and good defending that from Leeds United. Back to the goalkeeper, and Haaland walking very gingerly. That's not what we want to see. Erling Haaland walking gingerly. Oh, he's struggling, Haaland. He's really struggling, Erling Haaland. Last thing City need right now is a Haaland injury, and shot comes in from Leeds. It's high and it's wide and over the top of the crossbar. We'll see now if Haaland goes down to receive treatment. I don't think he's gone down, which is good. Here's Akanji. Here's Ake to Grealish. Good work from Grealish, and that way a free kick Manchester City. Yeah, I'd be thinking about the likes of Bernardo, Foden, Cancelo, Walker, bringing them on, getting some minutes in their legs, and then rotate the squad for Everton. Is what I would be doing. As we're on to 41 likes, so just 9 away from 50 likes. I mean, halfway to our goal of 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here, and also don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Links and details in the description. And City pick themselves up a throw-in through the mistake of Strujic. Here is Johnny Stones to Manuel Akanji. Here's Nathan Ake to Akanji once more. Ake. Oh, that's a poor giveaway from Manchester City. Forshaw can bring Leeds United forward. On the right-hand side, surrounded by City players. Finds the pass, though. Albeit backwards, but finds the pass, and they can keep hold of the ball. Haaland moving a lot more freely now, which is good. Early cross comes in. Dealt with well by Manuel Akanji. Riyad Mahrez holds the ball up really well, and he can come away with the ball. Here is Ake. Yeah, I'd be thinking in terms of changes: Foden, Bernardo, Walker. I looked offside then, De Bruyne. And Haaland looks offside as well, and the flag does eventually go up as he rounds the keeper. It's pointless playing on. You know he's offside. He's offside. Yeah, it's mild offside. Why that play? I don't understand why the play continues there. There's a second phase where that pass has got to come in before it becomes a goal-scoring opportunity. He's miles offside. Doesn't need holding back. Here's Aaronson. Not really been involved in this game too much, but does get a free kick for Leeds. It was Rodri that brings Aaronson down. Free kick for Leeds. In a pretty central area Are they going to play it, or are they going to knock a ball towards the box? Yeah, they're going to put a ball into the box. Or towards the box anyway. City play with a very high line. Put into the penalty area. Flicked on, and Ederson can collect. Nothing on for Eddie, so he keeps hold of it. And slows the play down. He's not had much to do, Ederson. Nice easing back to Premier League football for Ederson. He's not had a save to make. He's not really needed to do much with his distribution. He's had a very quiet 60 minutes because he's not really been needed. Eddie sends it long now. Now to play for a throw-in. Commentator's curse for distribution. He's not had to do much. Puts it into the stands. Andy, comments are all rolling and flowing. Not accidentally been turned off. All on. Andrew, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in. Haaland, oh, it's great. Gundogan, surely. Oh, it's a great block. Oh, how's Ilkay Gundogan not found the shot? It's a great block. Celebrates. Who is that with the block? Is it Kristensen? Kalvin Phillips on his return to Ellen Road, smiling and warming up. He could come on as well. Rodri, save his legs. Mahrez to take the corner for Manchester City. Flick towards the back post. Only as far as Jack Grealish. That's not the best ball across from Jack Grealish and nearly brought away by Leeds United. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. The free kick given against Gundogan. Not sure about that one, ref. Not sure about that one. It's been a little bit too comfortable, this, really, for Manchester City. I think it's Akanji that's brought him down, not Gundogan. And the follow through. Ball gets sent long by Leeds, cut off through Johnny Stones. Gundogan, Akanji works it to Nathan Ake. Here's Akanji to Rodri now. A good game, Rodri. Vastly underrated player. Vastly underrated. Here is Nathan Ake now. To Gundogan, Rodri. City continue to knock this around. Rico Lewis gets pushed in the back. And then given away by Manchester City. Rico Lewis goes through the back. And he's going to be penalised after. Rico Lewis goes into the book. He's just pushed him in the back. He's complaining, saying it's his first foul. And he just got pushed in the back before. I can understand Rico Lewis's frustration there. It is a free kick, but go back 15 seconds just before Manchester City give the ball away, and Rico Lewis gets a clear push in the back. No advantage for Manchester City. The ball's given away, and all of a sudden, free kick leads, and he goes into the book. Very frustrating. Yeah, Andy, all comments are flowing. Got Seamus, Julia, John, Andrew, all in the chat. So free kick here for Leeds and a bit of work for Manchester City to do, and maybe Ederson is going to have to do something. We'll see. Who's lining this one up then? Greenwood stood over it. Roker looks interested. Forshaw's pulling his socks up, but he's walking away. It looks like it's probably going to be Greenwood is going to be Greenwood and into the wall. So still, Eddie has no work to do. Here is Nathan Ake then. Sends it long. Not the greatest ball, but a heavy touch from Leeds means Manchester City can come away with it through a combination of Rodri and Gundogan. Here is De Bruyne now. Works it to the right. Riyad Mahrez. He's got Haaland further forward. City just pull it back and slow it down so ever so slightly. De Bruyne makes a direct run through the middle. Here is Haaland to Grealish. Back to Haaland. Score! Erling Haaland with a brace for Manchester City. And Manchester City lead by 3. I thought Meslier was going to save that one. Gets a big firm hand. Yet still manages to find its way into the bottom right corner. Haaland takes his bobble out to reveal his long Viking hair. And Manchester City lead at Ellen Road by 3-0. And that is Manchester City going away with 3 points, 3 goals, called the Haaland brace. I said at half-time, it wouldn't surprise me if Haaland came out and scored a second-half hat-trick. It's very Erling Haaland to do so, and Haaland gets a goal, and it's a combination again of the first goal of Jack Grealish finding the assist, and Haaland with the goal. 2 second-half goals for Erling Haaland, 2 second-half assists for Jack Grealish, adding on to Rodri's opener. And as John says, we want more. We want more. Kristensen comes off. Ayling comes on for Leeds. Too little, too late. 3-0 Manchester City lead. Job's a good un. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 58 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on. Do go and check out today's video sponsor as well, which is brought to you by OneFootball. Links and details, they are in the description and also in the live chat. As we're still 8 subs away from it clicking over to 27,800, but any help towards that would be great. Free kick then for Leeds in a good crossing position here. 25 minutes for them to try and find a goal. So Rodri with a foul on Luke Ayling. Thank you very much, The Bill, for leaving a thumbs up. Much appreciated. So a free kick here for Leeds. Cross goes in. And free kick given to Manchester City. Oh no, they're going to retake it? Or is he giving a free kick? Cooper just whacks Gundogan in the face. Surely it's a free kick and not in order to retake this. Joao Cancelo is going to come on for Manchester City. Who's going to come off? Is it going to be Rico Lewis? So they're ordering a retake after Gundogan got slapped in the face. What? Deep ball comes in. Ederson gets a flick onto that, and that'll be a corner for Leeds. First thing for Ederson to do. He's bored. He gets a flick onto it because he's bored. Could have left it. Anyway. Corner Leeds. Greenwood to take. Just took the free kick. Ederson dealt with. Corner comes in. Flicked on the near post by Kevin De Bruyne. Not dealt with. And Leeds want a penalty. City want a goal kick. The fans want a corner. Smurf shouting with Christmas lights round his neck. Referee says goal kick Manchester City. Now in that for the penalty. It's Rico Lewis putting a decent shift, 68 minutes on his Premier League first start for Manchester City. And Joao Cancelo comes on in his place. Decent effort that from Rico Lewis. I'm not sure he'll start against Everton. We'll see. I've got a feeling City will rotate quite a bit for that game, and a lot of the players on the bench for City today probably going to start against Everton, the likes of Bernardo, Kyle Walker, Joao Cancelo, potentially even Kalvin Phillips. Here's Manuel Akanji then. 22 minutes remaining. Leeds 0, Manchester City 3. Gelhardt's going to be coming on for Leeds United very soon. Here is Manuel Akanji. If I'm Manchester City, I want another. I want City to keep going. What does it mean for my bet mates with that Haaland brace? Currently find ourselves in 86th place out of 129. Not JSGC's greatest performance, but not far off being placed, you know, only 5 points away. It only takes a De Bruyne or a Mahrez goal, and JSGC's right in that. I am 21 points behind the leader. So fair bit to go for that. Fair bit to go. So not having Jack Grealish in my team that's done the damage. Having Mahrez in instead of Jack Grealish. But like I said, just a goal for Mahrez could do wonders, as Ederson's big long throw out to Jack Grealish does well. Grealish makes a run and he's brought down once more for another free kick and a little shove in the head, and that's going to be a yellow card. Tried to antagonise Jack there. Frustrated Koch. A bit of arguing going on. Gundogan getting in the face of Jack Grealish. He's just shoved the referee. He's giving him a yellow card for it. Why has he just shoved the referee? So Gundogan's gone over and started pushing Jack Grealish. That, to me, throwing his hands is a yellow card. He's just slapped the hand of the referee. That, to me, should have been the second yellow card. I think Gundogan should have been on his way for that. The push on Jack Grealish itself, for raising hands and pushing, should be the yellow card. Getting involved in something that, quite frankly, wasn't to be involved in, and then slapping the hand of the referee should have been the second yellow card. I think he's lucky to be on the pitch. City preparing the second change, and it's going to be Phil Foden that's going to come on. As Klitsch goes into the book along with Grealish is smiling. His job done. His job's to wind people up and get them in the yellow cards. And Gundogan and Klitsch both go in the book because of Jack Grealish. A couple of subs being made here by Leeds United. So Rodrigo and Cooper are going to come off. That's Leeds United's Rodrigo, not Manchester City's. And Gelhardt and Llorente come on. That's Diego Llorente, not former Tottenham Hotspur player Llorente. As I get confirmation of Gundogan's yellow card, I think he's lucky to be on the pitch. So Jack Grealish is going to come off. Gets himself a couple of second half assists. Missed some great opportunities in the first half. Showed real strong character in the second half to bounce back and get himself a couple of assists. His shithousen is done for the day. And he comes off and we get 20 minutes or so of Philip Walter Foden. And Manchester City concede a corner. Corner Leeds United. As we're just 6 likes away from 50 likes to be halfway to our goal of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here, and also go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Links and details in the description and also in the live chat. City lead 3-0 here at a windy Ellen Road. Cross comes in, goal for Leeds. Ederson concedes. So good ball in from Leeds United's it's a good ball in. It's poor defending from Manchester City. It's Strudge with the goal, with the header. A good ball in from Greenwood. Strudge just barely leaves the air. It's Manuel Akanji and Erling Haaland that can't deal with the ball into the box there. And I said this would be both teams to score. I said 3-1 Manchester City. The Leeds fans have been very involved and animated in this. It's got a bit feisty. We're starting to see some cards. I predicted in my preview 40+ card points. It's turned into a little bit of a feisty game, but 3-1 Manchester City lead. And whilst the job is done, you'd feel for Manchester City, they do still have a little bit of work to do. Here's Stones now to Ederson. Ederson's not had a save to make. I think it's Leeds United's first attempt on target. And once again, we're getting back to that again. 1 attempt on target, 1 goal. Can't be easy for a goalkeeper to not do anything all game and then just be expected just in a split second to do something. I said Haaland brace, 3-1 Manchester City. Can't say fairer than that. What does that mean for BetMate now? Here's Mahrez. To De Bruyne. And here's a shot and it's saved by the keeper. I am 99th. Not having the best of performances at the mo. Got really good points on the bench. Could have had Strudge for Kristensen. Would have given me an extra 6 points. I'd have been on 41.5 points, which I think would have placed me, or very close to it. Very close to it, yeah. Not to be for my BetMate, looks like. Unfortunately, let's get them likes up though. We're nearly at 50, 6 to go. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Man City's clean sheet disappears, which naturally means we aim for perfection at Manchester City. Cancelo goes to Eddie. I think the most important thing for Manchester City is to pick up 3 points. And currently on course to pick up them 3 points. Haaland flicks on really well. Remember, Haaland on a hat-trick. Here is Riyad Mahrez now. It's got De Bruyne, Foden, Haaland and Gundogan to go for. He goes to Cancelo. Here's Ake pushing forward. Here's Foden now up against Gelhardt. Wants a throw-in for Leeds and gets a throw-in as well, which Luke Ayling's going to take. 14 minutes remaining. Here is Strudge, the goal scorer for Leeds United. As we're now 5 likes away from 50 likes. So let's get them liked up, everybody. That would be fantastic. Here is Manuel Akanji. To Nathan Ake. Finds Foden. Gundogan. Rodri. Oh, it's a great pass. Haaland for his hat-trick. And he doesn't get it. He misses it one-on-one. Oh, Haaland could have had 4 or 5 today. Should have scored then, Erling Haaland. As we're now 4 likes away. 4 likes to go. Here is Johnny Stones. Remember, it's going to be my last live watch-along of the season. Of the year. We'll be back again in the new year. Chelsea away next Thursday will be my next live watch along. The Everton game I'll be doing a match vlog for, as I'll be at the Etihad for that game. Looking forward to it. Haaland nearly gets the flick on. And here's Cancelo now set away and the referee pulls it back. What for? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as we're now 3 likes away from 50 likes. We're nearly there. 3 likes to go. There's Leeds. I Aronson into the penalty area. Squared across. And he's wide. Oh, Leeds very nearly back into this game. We nearly had a grandstand finish for the final 12 minutes. And that might just be Leeds' moment. Akanji slow to react. Should have scored. It was Gelhardt that should have scored. Just after Haaland should have buried and killed this game off. Leeds United still very much in this. They feel. Ederson slices a clearance. Poor touch. Gundogan. Foul. Free kick Manchester City. As we're now 2 likes away from 50 likes. We're nearly there.
And when he doesn't get that touch, the ball effectively caught underneath his feet, Peter. Still finish.
Here is Eddie. Akanji goes to Stones. De Bruyne. Stones. Forgot Stones was playing. To Nathan Ake. His pass forward not the best to Foden and cut off by Leeds. Leeds have looked much better when they've decided to have a go. Struggled to cope first 10 minutes with Manchester City. City didn't put their opportunities away. And then we're just happy to kind of sit back and let Man City try and break them open. Eventually, Man City's found that goal and had too much about them. And then once 3-0 down, have decided to have a pop. Should have been doing this at 20 minutes in. Once the game had been slowed down. Might just have taken them that long just to settle in and look like a free kick for City, but the referee's not giving it and giving away. And Rodri brings down, and he's going to go into the book and free kick here in a dangerous area for Leeds United. City weren't happy that they didn't get the free kick. They felt like they should have had a free kick. Why bring him down? Why did Rodri bring him down if he felt like it was a free kick? Let him carry on having a run. If he puts it into the back of the net, let VAR determine that it's a free kick if they felt like it was. I'll tell you what I think here. I think a bit of a weak one. Not quite a free kick. Panicked and fouled. Realistically, if Leeds want to get back in this needs to go. And for Manchester City, I would seriously start thinking about slowing play down a little bit. Really good position for a free kick. It's Greenwood probably that's going to take. This is a really good position for a free kick. Slightly left centre to goal. It's 22 yards out. More than enough space to get this up and down. You get this on target, you probably score a goal. It's one of them. What can Greenwood do? Needs to be perfect. Greenwood. And off the wall. Not perfect. Oh, actually, I don't think it's come off the wall. I think he's just scuffed it. Yeah, he's just got it wrong. Not on target. And with that, with 8 minutes remaining, probably going to be it for the game, as we're now just 2 likes away. I think Pep Guardiola kicked his water bottle at one of the Leeds bench and ran over, apologetic, getting frustrated after conceding that free kick. So we're 2 likes away from 50 likes. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Aronson comes off for Leeds United. Don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Links and details in the description. Here is Ederson. Sends it long towards Haaland. De Bruyne tries to feed in. Foden Foden. Is the weather having a bit of an impact? I'm not sure. He looked like he just fell over then, the lead player, and referee gives a free kick. Referee's been a bit poor today, I feel. As we're now just 1 like away from 50. Long ball from Leeds. Akanji gives chase and he's pushed into the keeper. Referee's going to play advantage. Akanji not happy. Went right into Ederson and brought Ederson down. Surprised that Kanji's not having a go. I'd be having a go right back. Ederson. Rodri flicks one over to John Stones. Back to Ederson. Sends it long with his right foot. Towards Mahrez. Strudge wins the header. Rodri sends it back over the top long. Headed one by Strudge once more. Mahrez wins the ball back for Manchester City. Here is Rodri. Goes back to John Stones. And flicked well across to Nathan Ake. Now, notice how Manchester City have kind of lost a bit of composure since Rico Lewis went off. Shows you the maturity that Rico Lewis had, the composure. City's system looks stronger with Rico Lewis playing. And the cards out again. I said card points. I said this was going to be a feisty game. The fans are always so animated. First game back for Leeds United, the first competitive game. They're a feisty bunch. I called this. They get annoyed by one thing and all of a sudden they just nitpick. And their feistiness that there's come from is all stems from Jack Grealish. Of course, annoying the fans, annoying the players. Gets a couple of players booked, then goes off. As Greenwood goes into the book for his challenge on Kevin De Bruyne. 5 minutes of normal time remaining here. As we now hit 50 likes, which is brilliant. We're halfway to 100 likes. Not sure we're going to hit that with 5 minutes or so remaining, but you never know. We'll see. Here's De Bruyne. Works it to Gundogan. Tries to play a ball across. It's deflected. Leeds can get on the back of that. De Bruyne finds a pass. Has been pulled by Ayling. De Bruyne wanted a free kick. Referee says throw in, no free kick. Seamus, I can understand your concern. 1 shot on target for Leeds. 1 goal. A throw in for Manchester City, which Nathan Ake is going to take. Haaland to Foden. De Bruyne. Ake. On the left-hand side. Skips past the challenge. Cross comes in. Dealt with by Leeds. The loose second ball. They did have it. They slipped. And Manchester City can have the ball once more. Rodri to Ake. Foden. Manages to knock the ball onto the shin of the Leeds player and out for a throw-in to Manchester City. And City more than happy just to kill time in the Leeds half. Keeping hold of the ball. Haaland. He want a goal. Gets a corner for Manchester City. He want a goal because he wants his hat-trick. He's on a second-half brace. Corner Manchester City. City in absolutely no rush whatsoever to take. But still send players forward. De Bruyne goes over to take. City's 5th corner of the game. Leeds have had 2 and scored off one of them. Cole Palmer is going to come on for Manchester City very soon. Rodri forward, Ake forward, Stones forward. De Bruyne to take. It's a deep one towards Rodri. Headed down. Ake can't get a shot. And Stones can. And it's put over the top of the crossbar from 7 yards out. City guilty here. City probably should have had 5 or 6 today. Not clinical. Mahrez is the man that comes off. A bit of a quiet game today, Riyad. And Cole Palmer will come on. I think potentially for Everton, I'd be maybe looking at Foden on the right and Grealish on the left and Haaland up top. and a bit of rotation. And I don't necessarily mean the players that haven't gone to the World Cup. They don't need rotating. They'll be fit and good to go for another 3-4 games probably. But the bigger issue is the World Cup players looking a bit, disjointed, not as sharp as some of the other players. Stones gives the ball away. Prime example right there. That's why it's important for them to get 90 minutes under the belt. As Leeds into the penalty area. Good challenge from Rodri, and Leeds wants more. Keep pushing, and City can eventually bring the ball away through Phil Foden. Leeds then keep knocking on the door. 89th minute. They can get a goal in for a grandstand finish is what they'll be telling themselves. Challenge comes in from Foden out for a throw-in. It's not the best of throw-ins. Nathan Ake will win that ball back for Manchester City, and he can send it long, and he can find Erling Haaland, and Erling Haaland can come away with the ball for Manchester City and get Manchester City a throw-in, as well as more vital seconds eaten away here at Ellen Road, with Manchester City on course for a very important 3 points in the Premier League. It was important that Manchester City responded to the wins for Newcastle and for Arsenal. Let's have a look who they're playing next and when they're playing. Manchester City next in action, New Year's Eve, as Leeds nearly set in there, but Ederson can get a foot onto it and he'll kind of panic and send it really long, and ball ends up with Meslier at the opposite end. And let's have a look when they're playing. As Leeds in once more here. We're into added time, and a heavy touch from Ayling. Can still get it across and into the side of the net. Man City's defending at times hasn't looked brilliant, and Gelhardt nearly was in there. 5 minutes has been added on. So Manchester City take on Everton, 3 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Newcastle take on Leeds at 3 o'clock New Year's Eve. And Arsenal are away against Brighton at 5:30. So Manchester City playing at the same time as Newcastle, and we do have a chance to cut that gap down to 2 points with a win before Arsenal next play, as a corner comes in from Leeds. It's too close to Ederson this time, which he'll collect, and Ederson's instructions here: slow it down, 4 minutes remaining, don't want to do anything stupid like we did at the Bernabeu last season in the Champions League semi-final, conceding twice in 2 minutes in added on time after City looked assured that they were heading to Paris for the Champions League final. Don't want to do the same here in the Premier League with City on course. Here's De Bruyne, goes for a cross-field pass to Cole Palmer. He goes into the penalty area. Good turn from Palmer. He finds Cancelo. Palmer once more sensibly just keeps hold of the ball. Here's John Stones. That's a great ball in. Palmer. Can he get a goal? Palmer. No. Cancelo. No. Haaland. No. De Bruyne. Edge of the penalty area. Might want to put a cross in. He's going to waste a bit of time here, I think, actually. KDB tries to get a ball across to Palmer, and a cynical tackle comes in from Palmer, and he'll go into the book. Manchester City should have scored there. I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. City defensively looked a bit shaky. Offensively, probably should have been scoring at least 5 goals today. So definitely room for improvement for Manchester City going forward. Definitely. Going up against a struggling Everton side for form. We'll be doing a collab with an Everton channel I'm looking forward to on Friday. Again, I'll post a link out to that. So I've got a couple of collabs coming up tomorrow with the Mancunian Way and with an Everton fan channel on Friday. Whilst also having a transfer update, a preview for the Everton game. We've got a review game coming up within the next hour and 7 minutes of this game, so plenty of content for everyone to look forward to, as Erling Haaland is given the man of the match for this game. No surprise, grabbing himself a second half brace and grabbing himself a couple more goals in the Premier League. I think keep Haaland fit. He'll score goals. I think he'll end up scoring, 40 goals in the Premier League if he ends up staying fit, in my opinion. Maybe even more. Leeds come forward once more. Cut off by Nathan Ake. Takes 2 touches. Gives it to Cancelo. Plays it down the line to Palmer. Back to Cancelo. Ake. Miles out of position. Wants a free kick. Doesn't get one. Akanji. 90 seconds remaining then. Cancelo to De Bruyne. Rodri. John Stones. De Bruyne. Gives it to Nathan Ake. Here's Gundogan. City just knocking this around. So they know the 3 points is secure. I think City are just trying to keep Leeds at bay and preserve a little bit of energy. They know that the job's done. They don't want to end this game by conceding another goal. They just want to build it up, keep hold of this ball for the next minute, although Cancelo gives it away. And Leeds come forward, and good work from Cancelo to win the ball back. And he can find the pass to De Bruyne. You know what De Bruyne's like? Knocks a ball forward towards Foden and put out a play for a throw-in by Meslier to Manchester City. And there cannot be long left. 20 seconds or so. Manchester City just taking their time. Foden with a throw. John says, lovely win here for Manchester City. I will be doing a vlog for the next game, so it's my last stream of the year. And we will be streaming again in the new year for Chelsea away. So we'll be back again for that on the 5th of January. We'll have a review video out within the hour. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Dale, I will see you tomorrow morning. John, thanks very much for tuning in. I'm still going to be live for another 3 or 4 minutes. Erling Haaland voted the player of the match. I think I'm going to go for Haaland as well as my man of the match, grabbing a brace. Rodri right up there, and I think Rico Lewis right up there too. But we'll just go quickly through the stats. As 6 yellow cards in that game, so I said over 40 40 card points in this game, and I was correct with that with my betting tip. I went Haaland anytime. I went with 3-1 Manchester City. I went with both teams to score. So everything I said has come in and was correct, which is fantastic. Shows that I kind of know what I'm talking about, whilst also waffling. Anyway, stats for the game. 69% possession for Manchester City, 31% for Leeds United. 50% of duels won by Leeds, 50.6% of duels won by Manchester City. Aerial duels, City slightly better in the second half. 55% of duels won in the air for City, compared with 45% for Leeds United. 1 offside for City, none for Leeds United, and 3 corners for Leeds and 5 for Manchester City. In terms of attacking stats, Leeds United with 9 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal. Disappointing for Ederson there with just 1 shot on target and 1 goal, but we've seen that before. Manchester City with 26 shots and just 9 on target, which is a bit disappointing. 3 of them go into the back of the net as well. Again, 3 goals from 9 on targets. It could be better for Manchester City, and I think there's definitely some work for Manchester City to do there. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Appreciate it. And thank you for supporting the channel. Much appreciated. Andy, Happy New Year to you and Alison. Much appreciated for tuning in once more. In terms of defensive stats, City had more tackles, 13 for Leeds, 14 for Manchester City, both with decent tackle completion rates. Leeds at 46% and City with 57%. More clearances for Leeds, 19 compared with 9 for Manchester City. However, interceptions, 4 for Leeds and 5 for Manchester City. So second half does show that Leeds did have more of a pop and weren't sitting about being as defensive as what they were in the first half. In terms of distribution, Manchester City only 290 passes in the second half compared with 399 in the first, so they didn't have it all their own way. Leeds were much better in that in the second half than what they were in the first half. 303 passes for Leeds at a pass completion rate of 73%. Manchester City, 690 passes, pass completion rate of 87%. I think they'll be looking to improve on that against Everton on New Year's Eve. Crosses into the box, 8 for Leeds, connecting with just 12.5%. One of them was a corner and their goal. 12 attempts by Manchester City, connecting with a third of them, so 4 of the 12 connecting at a cross completion rate of 33.3%. And finally, discipline, 25 fouls conceded overall, 11 for Leeds, 14 for Manchester City, 3 yellow cards apiece for both teams, 6 yellow cards shown, no red cards. Yellow cards today for Rico, Lewis, Rodri and Cole Palmer for Manchester City, and yellow cards for Klitsch, Gnonto and Greenwood for Leeds United. This win for Manchester City sends City back over Newcastle with a better goal difference than Newcastle and Arsenal. We're on 35 points, 2 points clear of Newcastle and 5 points behind Arsenal, with Manchester City playing before Arsenal at 3 p.m. New Year's Eve, taking on Everton at home. Leeds have got Newcastle away. They're currently sitting in 15th place, 2 points clear of Wolves in the relegation zone, and work for Leeds United to do. For Manchester City, goals today for Rodri on 45 plus 1 minutes, 51 minutes for Haaland with an assist for Jack Grealish, and 64 minutes for another goal for Erling Haaland and an assist for Jack Grealish. And goal for Leeds today with an assist for Sam Greenwood goes to Pascal Struij as well. So one last thing for me to do is just have a quick look at my betmate, and my final standing on 35.5 points was 108th, which wasn't brilliant. There we go. We're nothing in the pot, but we will be back again for our next pot for the preview of the game between Manchester City and Everton. I'll be doing a match vlog for that game, and we'll be back for another live stream next Thursday night away against Chelsea. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can beat Everton and get some pressure onto Arsenal. They play 5:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve. City play 3 p.m. Both GMT times there, with Arsenal away at Brighton. So City can get some pressure onto Arsenal and be 2 points behind them with a win against Everton. Then who knows? We'll see what happens. US men's national team for life. Thanks very much for tuning in. Let's go. Good win for Manchester City. Do let me know your thoughts whilst I quickly go through my outro. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everybody that has interacted with me today. That's leaving comments, leaving a thumbs up, checking out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, and anyone that became a member, and anybody that did leave any donations. Much appreciated. Big shout out to all you guys, absolute legends. Also, wanted to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Do go and check them out. I've got my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys right now. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much there to OneFootball for sponsoring today's live watch-along. Do go and check out their links. They're in the description, also in the live chat, and you've also got the QR code on screen too if you want to go and check that out and download the free OneFootball app, where OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, the latest scores, results, statistics, live league tables, and all of your good footballing needs. OneFootball have provided all the information before the match with the team lineup and the build-up to the game, as well as your half-time and full-time reports there. So do go and check them out. Like I said, it is a free app to download, and anyone that does download the OneFootball app using my link in the description does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It does keep these videos coming for you guys. So thank you to everybody that has checked out OneFootball. So do leave a thumbs up. We're on 55 likes. Let's see if we can get in the post-production in excess of 60 likes. That would be absolutely fantastic. Social media links, they're in the description below, and also on the yellow banner if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below and on the yellow banner too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, for any videos, or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description. If you want to go and check out and follow me on TikTok, then that would be much appreciated. I've been doing some 1-minute vlogs. I'll be back again New Year's Eve with another 1-minute vlog of Manchester City's game at home at the Etihad Stadium against Everton. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts if you're watching this after the game, then leave them in the comments below. Got the live chat rolling for maybe another minute or so, and we'll be back again within the hour because we're going to be doing my match review of this game. So I'll see you then. If not, got match vlog out New Year's Day from the Manchester City's New Year's Eve game against Everton. We've got all the build up towards that. We've got a transfer update. We've got a collab with a Mancunian, where we've got a collab with an Everton channel as well, and that will be a lot in terms of content for 2022 with JSGC, and we'll be back January 1st with daily Manchester City transfer updates and a very busy January with JSGC. Stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all for the review video out within the hour. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I do hope that everybody is safe and well. Happy New Year, everybody. If I don't see you again before the New Year, back again for a next live watch along Chelsea on the 5th of January, and I'll be back with a vlog for our next game, New Year's Day, for the New Year's Eve game against Everton. I'll see you all for the upcoming videos and build up to that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Peace. Ciao.